Mehmet Celik, the editorial coordinator for the daily Sabah. Good to have you back with us, Mehmet. Saudi Arabia insists that Palestinian statehood must precede normalisation with Israel, or at least a clear path towards that. How does this position align with broader regional sentiment?
Well, I think it perfectly aligns with that because the international community beyond the region also now believes that without the establishment of a sovereign Palestinian state, this situation is not going to get better, and the Israeli atrocities and expansionist policies will continue to threaten the region's stability. So I think it's very significant that Mohammed bin Salman, the de facto ruler, made that very clear that Saudi Arabia's position is in line with that regional sentiment about establishing a two-state solution for the ongoing occupation in the Palestinian territories for the past 7 decades. I think, despite that normalization mood in the air with Israel when it comes to the Gulf countries, I think the international sentiment has a big effect, not only in the GCC countries in the region, but also that has also shaped the political rhetoric even in Europe when it comes to recognizing Palestine as a sovereign state. So that mood about normalization, about bringing investments into the region through bilateral ties with the Gulf countries is Donald Trump's aim. But the sentiment about Palestine will be putting a lot of pressure on how much room this negotiation will leave space for Israel's ultimate aims in the region.
We know Donald Trump has been keen to include Turkey's involvement in terms of the war in Gaza, but how might Turkey see its own diplomatic role evolve in this context of Saudi Arabia's stance on Palestinian statehood and normalizing ties with Israel?
Well, I think the condition that Saudi Arabia puts forward, and that is the establishing a two-state solution, is also in line with Turkey's position when it comes to the regional dynamics, because prior to October 7, Turkey was on the way to normalize ties with Israel. I think the only roadblock in normalization ties with Israel for Turkey is the ongoing genocide, and this, despite the fact that there is a ceasefire, it is being violated. The right to self-govern and right to exist, right to self-determine themselves for Palestinians is not there at the moment. For if that is established, if a two-state solution is actually established with East Jerusalem as its Palestine's capital with 1967 borders, then Turkey will also eventually normalize ties with Israel. This is not something that I think it's far-fetched if this two-state solution materializes.
Okay, Mehmet Celik, we'll have to leave it there. Great to get your thoughts as always. Thank you.
Thank you.